I'm a firm believer that some of the most delicious things to cook are also the most simple. And it doesn't get any easier than fried cheese crisps. It only takes one ingredient and they can be made in a matter of minutes. Today I'm going to show you how to transform this into this. Hello and welcome to I Wanna Cook. My name is Chef Matt and this channel is all about easy recipes and empowering you to cook. So today we are making fried cheese crisps. Now this is actually an Italian dish. It goes back centuries. It's also called frico. And there's actually two types of frico. There's a thicker, kind of a softer frico, and then there's the thinner, crunchy frico, also known as cheese crisps, and those are the kind that we're going to be making today. Now, you only need two things to make frico. The first is the ingredient, and that's cheese. Now, in Italy, you would use something like an Asiago cheese, but today I'm just going to be using some cheddar cheese, just some grated cheddar cheese. And yes, you can even buy it pre-grated in the bag. Make things easy on yourself. And the second thing you'll need is a pan to cook it in. Now, yes, you can make fried cheese crisps in an oven, but making them in a pan is even easier and a whole lot faster too. Now, my pan of choice for this is a cast iron. I love cast iron. It works really great. I even did a whole video on 5 reasons why you should choose cast iron. I'll link that below. So use cast iron if you have it. You could also use a stainless steel pan or even a non-stick skillet. But basically something like this is gonna work really well because you want that cheese to lift easily. So grab some cheese, grab a pan, we're gonna make fried cheese crisps. Okay, I know it's not your imagination. We have moved outside for this. You can of course cook this indoors, but I actually like doing this outside because it does create quite a bit of smoke and smell. And frankly, I'd rather have the neighbors smell that than have it smell my house up. So I have my pan here and we are just going to heat this over medium. We want to get this pan nice and warm, not smoking hot, but nice and warm. Okay, I can kind of feel that this pan is hot. This is an old restaurant trick, by the way, just kind of putting your hand over the pan. You can kind of feel that it's hot. So I'm going to make a larger piece of frico here. I'm just going to grab about a handful of this cheese and I'm just going to set it right in here. And you can already hear it sizzling. Now what we're going to do is kind of just mound this down and let this melt. Now, as you can see, the cheese is melted, and when it becomes kind of this pool of beautiful gooey cheese, that's when you want to flip it. So as you can see, everything is kind of melted on top here. Get a spatula, I'm just using a metal spatula here, and carefully slide it underneath. It might take a little work, but kind of just work with it here. Take this beautiful glob of cheese and flip it. And see? You can tell that that other side is nice and crispy. We're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna cook this for maybe about another minute until that bottom side is nice and crispy. And that is how you make frico. Okay, let's check out how the other side is. Again, we're just gonna kind of put our spatula underneath and scrape. And beautiful, check this out. Now I'll just set this aside and make more, but check this out. You can't form these into a bowl. So in addition to kind of having it as a disc, you can form these into bowls if you're on maybe like a keto diet or you're gluten-free like me. So what you do is just take this while it's still warm, put it into like a bowl and just kind of press down and make this into a mold, and voila, you now have your own cheese bowl. Now I'm gonna make a few more of these because they are just so delicious that we snack on them later. And I should mention that you don't need to put any oil or any butter in the pan to make these. Cheese has enough fat content by itself because we are using full fat cheese. Don't use like 2% or anything like that for this. Use full fat cheese and you won't even need to put any oil or anything else in the pan. And that is how you turn a glob of cheese into this, a crispy, crunchy disc of cheddar deliciousness in this case. This is so good. Now, you could use this as a garnish. You could cut this into strips. You could cut this into small pieces and sprinkle it on whatever you want. But honestly, my friends, these are so good that we just kind of snack on them as they are. And now you can too, because now you know how to make these at home in just minutes. So there you go. That is the fastest way to make frico at home. I hope you try this recipe. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Welcome to my kitchen. I would just love to invite you in. If you were here right now, you would be eating some frico with me. So make this recipe and I will see you next time. Until then, I hope that you want to cook.